Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to do a rebuilding program analysis. A rebuilding program is a program that you use to rebuild after a long period of time off of training. This program comes to us from Zach Bracker. I am definitely saying that wrong. He told me how to pronounce his name, and I can't remember because I can't remember how to pronounce anybody's name. And I always pronounce it the way I read it in my head, even if it's wrong, even if somebody corrects me. He gave us a lot of details in this program design, so we're going to kind of talk about this in phases. Layout, overview, specific detail. He gave us a ton of information to start. He just moved across the country. This program is meant to rebuild for 3 months, or I think that's 12 weeks, which is a pretty good idea, pretty good way to start. It's to start light and to build heavy over the course of 3 months if you've taken 3 months off of training. He gave me a ton of data. He wears a Fitbit Charge 4 when he goes to work, and his job is as a laborer. He stocks shelves, which means he picks up heavy objects, he rotates with them, and he puts them up from any height, from down on the ground all the way up to as high as you can reach. And he carries things around all day for a living. The weight range he gave me for that was 20 to 50 pounds. 50 pounds is always a target weight, and that's the reason for it, because 50 pounds is what people stock when they stock shelves in warehouses for the most part. It's also how much a bag of grain weighs. There's a bunch of stuff that's been designed to be 50 pounds, like bags of rice or bags of grain, because it allows people to have a predictable load inside of a tractor truck trailer. He does a lot of walking. His Fitbit tells him that he walks 12 to 16 miles every workday, and he's working 5 to 6 days a week. He is spending over 200 minutes, I didn't write it on the board, but he's spending over 200 minutes in fat burning zone according to his Fitbit based on the stats that he put in. He's in his late 40s, he's 6'2", he's 215 pounds, which makes him 20 pounds lighter than me. He's 15% body fat. Overall, pretty good stats for somebody who hasn't worked out in 90 days. Excellent. One of the main things he wanted to work on in this program is his squat pattern. Because he stocks shelves for a living, he has safety standards, which means he has to wear steel-toed boots. Steel-toed boots, he says, are messing up his squat pattern because of the structure of the boot. It interrupts how his foot works, and he's transitioning because he used to wear Xero shoes or barefoot training shoes. So transitioning from barefoot trainer to a steel-toe shoe is not super fun. It kind of sucks because a steel-toe shoe tends to have things like a heel on it that tends to make people's hamstrings a little bit shorter, and it cramps their toe to get it underneath the steel cap inside the shoe for safety, so you don't drop things on your toes and cut your toes off. He's eating 3,000 calories a day, 30% protein, 66% fat, 4% carbs. That's some type of keto diet. It could be a Lion diet, it could be just plain keto diet, but he's paying attention to what this is, which is good. As long as you're paying attention to your diet in some way and you know how many calories you're eating every day and about how many you're burning, then you're doing pretty good. You have a pretty good handle on your overall health and fitness. He's burning about 2,500 a day according to his Fitbit, but his Fitbit does not track weightlifting very well. And that's a problem that I see with a lot of different types of heart rate trackers. They will track things like walking at work pretty well, and they will keep track of that. But once you start introducing something like swings, a lot of heart rate monitors tend not to track it well at all, and they don't seem to include that. So I think his eating 3,000 calories a day and his Fitbit telling him he's doing 2,500 calories a day at work is pretty good. I think that's going to work out to be a pretty good balance. Equipment that he has, I'm telling you, he told me everything. He's got 8X adjustable clubs. He's got 2 adjustable Kettlebell Kings kettlebells, and he has an 8X mace, which he is not using for this program. Already, we know that he's put effort into making sure he has the equipment that he needs to train basically forever. An 8X adjustable club and 2 adjustable kettlebells. I don't know how you could run into the end of that equipment, especially with 2 adjustable kettlebells. You can start doing competition training once you're back in shape, and you can run this for 20 years with this $600 worth of equipment. Excellent economic strategy so far. program overview. It's an ABC program that runs 6 days a week. A has 2 component parts to it. It has a Nerd Math 10-minute 2-hand swing program, and it has a heavy squat progression, which moves from 5 sets to 10 sets on a volume cycle. When it hits 10 sets, it goes up 2 kilograms and it runs again. The B program is his medium program. A program heavy, B program medium, C program light. The medium program runs on Wednesday and Saturday, and it's clean and press, Nerd Math, perfect path, doing 2 kilogram jumps, and then a light squat program starting at 16K. His C program is the strong and fit introduction to heavy club swinging program, which is a 20-minute program, which has 5 total movements in it and 3 levels in it. And that program runs Thursday and Sunday. Overall, we're pretty sure that this is already going to work out because he has a deadlift pattern, 2-hand swings. That gets harder all the time, 1 step at a time. He has a heavy squat. He has a single arm press. And over here, he has all the basic rotations that you're probably going to do in a limited amount of time. He wanted to work on a squat program. This program has squats in it. This program has squats in it. This program has squats in it. Heavy squats, light straight line squats, squats with a light weight that build into different types of rotation, side, hip snap, everything else. This program will definitely counteract the fact that he has to wear steel-toed boots at work. The A program day, he gave me all the data and he did this even by the minute, which is good. Warm up, 8 minutes from the swing program. He has his swing program, which is 10 minutes. There will be some transition time in there. After the swing, there's a 2-minute reset to get his kettlebells where they need to be. And then he has the double squat program. That is a volume cycle starting at 5 sets and building to 10 sets. So workout 1, 5 sets of 5. Workout 2, 6 sets of 5. That's 1 week. 7 sets of 5, 8 sets of 5, week 2. 9 sets of 5, 10 sets of 5, week 3, then go up 2 kilogram on each weight. So he's starting down here at 212Ks, and then in 3 weeks he'll be at 214Ks, and then after that 216Ks, and then after that 218Ks. That's a lot of squats. 212K, 12K is 26 pounds, 212Ks is 50 pounds. In 3 weeks, he jumps 2K on each bell, total of 4K, total of 8.8 pounds. He's really going 52 pounds to say 60 pounds to 70 to 68 pounds to somewhere in the 74 pound range. That puts him at good squat dynamics for above what he needs to work at work. Excellent idea. And then he has a 12-minute cool down. 8 minutes plus 10 minutes plus 2 minutes, that is 20 minutes for the first half of the workout. Then 10 to 20 minutes altering for the squat, then 12 minutes for the end. All of that will happen under an hour, even with play, with working with weights and everything else. That makes it very predictable. That makes it likely to get done. Our B program, the medium day, Wednesday and Saturday, the clean and press perfect path, starting at the 16K, so it'll have 16K, 18K, and I'm not quite sure where he's going to end up in 12 weeks. I'd have to look at the charts, but he'll get up there into the 18-20, and that's fine. Once again, he's in the limit of what he needs to be for his job. He's cross-body stabilizing 16K to start, which is 35 pounds. That cross-body stabilization, one-hand pressing of a single arm clean and press is going to cause his core to fire on the opposite side. Hip snap, double front load, one side clean and press. His hips will get better just from doing that part no matter what. Then he has a light squat program starting at 16K. It'll go up in 3 weeks. Same idea. 5 sets of 5, 6 sets of 5 week 1, 7 sets of 5, 8 sets of 5 week 2, 9 sets of 5, 10 sets of 5 week 3, go up from 16 to 18. And that is a bottoms up goblet squat. So the heavy part will be on top. That will allow him to lean back in his squat as far as possible. So if he's not getting all the way down in this one, he'll definitely have the time to get all the way down in this one to work on lengthening his lower back and making sure his spine is vertical. By the minute, warm up, 10 minutes, clean and press, 7 to 20 minutes. He really knows what he's talking about here. 2-minute reset, goblet squat every 2 minutes on 2 minutes. That's a 2-minute round set as a round, repeating, starting at 5 total, 10 minutes, adding a set each time, which gets to 20 total minutes, and then a 10-minute cool down. There is good cool down in these programs, which is excellent. That is what we want to see, because if you are having problems with your squat patterns based on work, we want to make sure we're working on the pattern we need to work on with heavy and light cycles. Some days are hard, some days are easy, and then working on that cool down to make sure that the length tension relationship of our muscles is doing what we want. Then we have the Strong and Fit Mill squat program on the C day, starting at 15 pounds. After he does a level 6 times, he's going to jump it by 2.5 pounds because he has an 8X. That means that he'll probably get through the 15, the 17.5, the 20, and the 22.5 if he's just doing one of the levels and going up in weight. All of your basic standing rotations will be covered in this program. So he will restore a lot of his squat mobility by doing all these rotations. Inside pendulum, outside pendulum, which are side hip snap, will help him learn to make sure his glutes are firing properly. The inside circle, the outside circle, everything is here is going to work out. He also has unregulated effort in here, and he told me about that. Hey guys, 2 hours of Kali once or twice a week. Excellent idea. Kali is infinite movement patterns focused on rotation and stepping patterns. So even though all of these are static with no stepping patterns, he has his stepping patterns in here for 2 to 4 hours a week based on a specific sport. He can never run into the end of this idea. Kali is an infinitely complex movement art, so that can just go on and on and on. Squats, squats, squats. This is the one issue I have with this idea. This is a heavy squat. This is already a kind of a light squat. This is a medium squat. This squat might not need to be here. This squat could probably be replaced by a body weight program of some type. Doesn't have to be anything we've written, but we could write a 20-minute body weight section to go in here to focus on basics or get-ups from Kali. I'm not quite sure what the specific Kali movement patterns are for get-ups. I don't know if they focus on get-ups or not, get-ups with weapons. It sounds fun to me. I could write that blindfolded. But this could probably be replaced with something else. That way you would have your hip hinge, your heavy squat, your clean and press, some type of get-up program here with no weight, and then our heavy rotation here, and then our fight training here. That would be the one note that I have about this program. This light squat seems superfluous because that's 6 days a week of squatting. Why not make it 4 and focus on getting in and out of a squat? Do a judo get-up program here, or a Krav get-up program here, or a jumping over fences program here. Any one of those would be a really good idea. Or it could be sled drags. It could be almost anything else. The program is almost nearly perfect by itself as a rebuilding program with hip hinge, heavy squat, clean and press, all the rotations and leverage controls over here, and then the stepping patterns from Kali. Anything else could fit here that might be a better idea than hammering away at squats that often. If nothing else, after 12 weeks, you're just going to be sick of doing squats and you're going to be unlikely to do them in the next program that you write. Excellent program design. The goal of going over these programs is that everybody learns by seeing what everybody else is doing. What are the conditions that they have? What are they trying to solve? Zach is already working and he walks a ton. That doesn't need to be in the program because he does it for his job. He's lifting up intermediate weights at work all day long. It's super hardcore in the final 2 hours of his job every day. So he's getting a built-in work capacity by doing that. So we don't have to have super long work capacity things in here. 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, good. Clean and press, 7 to 20 minutes, good. Mill squat programs, just focusing on making sure his rotation and his squat pattern is good to support his job. He's got his diet down, it's in control, he knows what's happening with his diet. He's picked a path to move forward, protein 30%, fat 66%, carbs 4%. So he has picked something there, And he's working on that, and that allows him to think about his food. And if you just are thinking about your food intake, you are much more likely to keep your food intake healthy and good. He has the equipment to support everything he wants to do moving forward for an almost infinite amount of time. And he's got all of his cool downs in there, and he's focusing on that cool down every day to make sure that he's not tight from his job and his workouts are not beating him up so much that they are going to affect his ability to do his job. The only note here is that we could find something to replace this light squat with that would help him work on something else, probably something related to his Kali.